Good morning, bookers. As you can see, we're in the library at home because I'm on call. It's 3rd of January, so I'm not going to go out to a good library. I've just dived into my shelves. I'm going to tell you what I read in December. I had a brilliant time in December. I hope you've all had a brilliant Christmas break and New Year's break. Got everything that you wanted and gave everything you wanted as well. I hope you haven't worked too hard and you're enjoying yourself. I hope you set good goals for 2026 and you achieve everything you want to achieve, whatever that is. Now, I read 3 books in December. This year, 2026, I've got, for the first time ever, I've set myself a challenge to read a group of books. The Gothic horror, the starts of Gothic horror basically. They start with the Horace Walpole's Castle of Otranto and the finish with, I think it's either Dracula or Jekyll and Hyde. So well back in them dark and dim distant times. I love that style of writing. You know, I love everything. I've read 3, 4, possibly 5 of the books before, but I'm going to start and read them in time date when they was released. I think the starting one is in early 1700s, but I could be wrong. I could pick it up and have a look, but I'm not going to. So that's this is the first year ever that I've set myself a specific goal. Normally I go up in the loft. I have got a collection of books on all genres that I can just go and whatever I fancy I can pick it up and read it. So I'm never bored in my reading. I never really get in a slump because if I feel like I'm getting in a slump, I just change what genre I'm reading. The girls are on the chair there just grumbling to themselves. So yeah, I've got 3 whoppers that I want to read on top of them 10. One is Lonesome Dove by McMurtry. One is 3 Musketeers. And the other is by Bolaño, a Chilean, I think it's, if you come from Chilean, Chilean. Anyway, some people would edit that out, but I'm not going to. A Chilean author about Bolaño, and I've got 3 of his books. The one that I really want to read is 2666, I think. And all them 3 books are absolute whoppers. Door stoppers. If you threw them at someone, they'd kill them. But on top of that, there's a few little, I can spread in a few others. I read 35 books in 2025, which is a lot of books for me. A lot of them were thin, that's why the count for me is so high. I can normally get about 20, 22 in. Not a fast reader. I know that's nothing for some of you people who can read 100 plus books, 75 plus books, but I have to go to work, socialise with Mrs. P, do other things as well. So this is just, I've got my centre pattern that I read at, and I read as much as I can, and that's that. So that's looking forward. I will do a video on me reading plans for 20, even though I've just told you them, I'll get the books and show you what I'm reading. I might do my best choices of 2025, but they're so subjective, aren't they? These best book things. I don't particularly like them because everybody's got different tastes, haven't they? Tastes in books. And because I read a lot of out of fashion books, I think it could be good, but a lot of people would say, "What, I've never heard of that, what, I've never heard of that, what, I've never heard of that." That's not good trending on Goodreads, But anyway, let's get straight into it. The first book I read in December is the last of my Pellucidor books, and it's Land of Terror by Edgar Rice Burroughs. What a brilliant, brilliant author. He saved 2025 for me. And I've really enjoyed these. I've forced myself only to read one a month. If you've never read any Edgar, I highly recommend you do. You don't have to jump in to Tarzan 22 books, John Carter of Mars 12 books, I think they are 10, 12. The 8 books of Pellucidar, Part of the Venus 5 books. I mean, they're all anything, even the Tarzan ones. You don't have to start there. He has got standalone books. It's a style of writing that is from, I think, the 30s. And they're just rip-roaring adventures, basically. Excellent, excellent read. And I am quite sad that I've finished it. But on a plus note, because in January I only read Westerns, and my first book in my challenge, I'm reading 2 of Edgar's Westerns. Come on, baby. So yeah, that's my Land of Terror, Edgar Rice Burroughs Pellucidar books. And they're all online. You don't have to pay out for them. Or on your second-hand bookshop adventures, you might pick up a book from the 30s, from the 40s, from the 50s. And what is better for next to nothing? What is better than that? Anyway, second book I read is the last book in a 3-book series. I know I'm late to the party again. but it don't matter. It's John Gwyn's Fury of the Gods. This was all over the internet, everywhere last year, because it was hardback, it got come out. Because I'd got all the others in paperback, I had to wait till this year. I think it was out in November in England in paperback. I got it December read. What a fantastic series of books. I've never read any John Gwyn before, so I jumped straight in with the Bloodsworn Saga. And I was really pleased I did. It's set in a fictional world, Norse, blood, violence, political wranglings, and it's got a magic system, but that is not at the forefront of it. It is, but it isn't. It's very character driven, this Bloodsworn Saga, and on the back of these three, I will be getting more John Gwyn books, because I love the way he writes. It's very real. The page, this is like 500 pages. Didn't take me long to read. All the other two books. The best character in this for me was a fella called Varg, brought up a slave, pit fighter, escapes, wants vengeance. He gets into with the Bloodsworn group and goes on some brilliant adventures. And it's just how he develops in a character was, for me, one of the highlights of this book. I really liked Varg. He's not talked about that much on internet. They all go for Orca or some of the other leading female characters, but yeah, I like Varg the best. I can recommend John Gwyn to just about anybody. It's a very nice, easy entry point into like the darker, magical side of fiction. Lots of battle scenes, lots of great characters. Very good book. And for a male author, he writes female characters very good as well. In the first, and I think he went a bit, the female characters in that are hardcore, harder than the men. But as the stories developed, the 3 books developed, I think he just calmed them back down a little bit. There was still good, hard characters, but he just calmed them down a little bit, which I really liked. But he writes female characters excellent, male characters excellent. So yeah, third one in the Bloodsworn Saga. Very, very good book. Now, I finished them about the 20th of December, and I wanted something totally different. Me and the wife were going away for Christmas markets. I went to a second-hand bookshop, and because in January I only read westerns normally, for the past 10 years, January's been my Western reading month. I don't know why, but it's a style of writing, genre of writing that I love because I was brought up on cowboy films. When I was in America, I travelled to that little village where they filmed a lot of the cowboy films. It's in, where is it in? Just outside of LA. Can't remember what it's called, but we went there. And it's just on the other side of the road. It's that scene in Iron Man where he holds his arms out and the mountains explode with all of his weaponry. He's trying to sell weapons. It's the other side of the road. They built an old Western town. Anyway, I'm rambling again. So I picked up a new Western author for me, Matt Braun, Tombstone, because we're going to America this year, 2026. We're doing a Western adventure up in flying into Denver and doing all that top half, Wyoming, Colorado, Yellowstone, Rockies, all that. Tombstone. Everybody's heard of Tombstone. Everybody's heard of Deadwood. Everybody's heard of Tombstone. So this is one of the reasons I bought this book, but it's number 3 in a 7-book series. Well, I've enjoyed it so much. I am now trying to get all 7 books so I can read them in order. But Westerns in England are quite hard to come by. So I might, and I will, have to resort to eBay, I think. But anyway, I'm looking forward to getting the rest of them. Because Tombstone, it follows he's a undercover, what would you call them? Policeman, ranger, bounty hunter, policeman, back in day. And he's been hired by Wells Fargo to capture, dead or alive, the robbers of their stagecoach that are always getting robbed with money in it to pay the miners at Tombstone. Because I didn't know this, but there's a big silver mine in this. There's a big silver mine, and it does say, although it's fiction, it has got a lot of factual parts in the book, and it's thrown Wyatt Earp and Doc Holliday in a totally different light. It's about the gunfight at the OK Corral. What really happened. They're not as pleasant an individuals as you're led to believe. Well, in America, you in England, you in America might know your history and know the correct histories as well. So yeah, Luke Starbuck goes undercover trying to set up Doc Holliday and Wyatt Earp and a gang of killers. The Tombstone, the Arizona town's a nest of vipers, and there's no snake dealer than a lawman turned gambler and gunslinger. So yeah, he's got to become a gambler, a gunslinger, a killer to catch this nest of vipers. What an absolute brilliant little western. I really liked it. Total page turner over the Christmas holidays. Cleansed my year's palate, and I am now ready to set forth 2026 on a whole new reading challenge. This geezer's going to come up in it for damn sure when I get him, because I've right enjoyed them. Anyway, I'm going to walk the dogs, go in my shed. Hopefully no idiots are going to murder each other over the weekend, and I'll have a nice quiet time. Fingers crossed. I hope you all have a good January. I hope you all have a brilliant time. Thank you for liking, subscribing and commenting. I do like reading the comments and answering them. I might not answer them straight away, but I will get round to it. All you new subscribers, welcome. I will endeavour to take you out into the libraries of England and we'll see you there. Have great times. Like and subscribe. See you in the next one.